Hi guys, Dr. Tati here and welcome back to Doctor's Gaming and welcome to a new casual game we are going to be starting out. This game was released on the 11th of March, about 2 weeks ago, and I was curious to see what it was like because it was made by one of the content developers that has made some good games before, which if I'm honest I haven't played before, but this one looked very interesting. It is called Wanderstop, and it is slightly different to the usual casual games we play. In this one, we are going to be playing a protagonist who does not want to relax and stop and do all of the fetch quests and follow in what is the usual thing to happen in these kind of casual games. It is also a bit of a journey through the trials and tribulations of our main character, Alta, so we will be seeing what she is going through as we explore the game. I'm going to be playing for about an hour or so just to see what the game's like, probably cutting it down for YouTube at certain sections, and we will see if this is something that I will enjoy. I've played a little bit of it already, and it seemed like it was interesting. It does have a different control system that I'm not exactly used to. And we will see how the sound settings are. Please let me know if the sounds are too loud or too soft. But let's jump right into Wanderstop and see what the game's all about. So unlike Disney Dreamlight Valley, I'm not going to be skipping much of this game.
My name is Alta, and I am a fighter. When you're in a fight with someone, only one thing matters. Control. Are you in control or not? Because if you're not, here's what happens. You get hit. Hard. You feel scared. You submit.
Of course, this is a new game.
If you put in the hours,
so I am going to watch this intro.
No excuses.
That's why I'm kind of keeping quiet for this part.
That feeling right there. The moment when you realize that your pain does not have to be an impediment, that it can be what drives you. That's the reason why I became a fighter. It's why I pushed myself harder than anybody I have ever known. I trained like my life depended on it. I did the time. I put in the work. And so, to this day, I have not lost a fight in 3.5 years. Undefeated for that long. God, it took everything, but I earned it. This is what I devoted my entire life to. Finally, I'm here. I made it.
The struggles we go through in life, just to have it ripped away almost immediately.
I lost? How? No. I must have gotten sloppy, complacent. I must have slacked on my training. I'm so stupid. But I can use this failure to push myself even harder. Train myself back up better than ever. Right. Maybe the loss was actually a lesson I needed. Once I've made it back to the top, I'll never allow...
Oh, I think she's failing.
I'm a failure. I'm weak. I'm a failure.
Reminds me of Hellblade's Senua's Sacrifice. That was an intense story.
I don't want to be this person. No. Snap out of it, Alta. Do not go to that place again. Take responsibility. This can be fixed. Only one person in the world is good enough to train me back up. Master Winters. She was an unrivaled fighter in her time. A god. She'll know what to do. Her home lies deep within a forest, at the edge of the world. I'll find her no matter what it takes. I'll do whatever she demands of me. And when I leave this place, it will be on nobody's terms, but mine.
Alright, so Alta is looking for the Master Winters. She's heading into the forest to go training. And that is kind of where the story starts off. Feels good. It's refreshing to have something to chase again. What kind of training will Master Winters put me through? I'm sure it will be brutal. Good. I hope it's brutal. She is just devoted to her cause, though. Just have to... keep moving. Right. I can't slow down. I can't hesitate. Hesitation is why I lost those fights. I was lazy. I let myself get complacent. I have to ensure it never happens again. That's all that matters. I have to... Wait. What's going on? Why does my sword suddenly feel so heavy? What happened? I can't carry it. Stop this, Alta. Pick your sword up. Pick it up. What are you doing? No. No, no, no. This is impossible. I've carried this sword with me every single day for more than 7 years. It's part of my own body at this point. What's going on? What's wrong with me? Do I leave the sword here? Can I do that? Is that okay? I don't know if I have any other choice. I'll never find Master Winters at this pace I'm going. Well, at the pace I'm going. I'll just leave it here for now. Then as soon as I find her, we'll come get the sword and resume the training. I'll be right back. Okay, there we go. It feels good to move quickly. You know, if I keep up this pace, I could... hang on. So, I already have some theories because I've played part of this. I'm like, she's getting tired way too quickly. Keep moving. Right. Don't stop. Keep moving. This is exactly what it took to become undefeated. As long as I prove myself to Master Winters, she'll know what to do next. She'll fix me. She'll fix all of this. Right? I can be fixed. So clearly Alta is going through a heavy journey here, and that's what I find interesting about this game is it really is quite different from anything I've played before. So I want to see how far this goes, or what at least kind of lesson the developer even learned from taking this journey, because it's essentially they had burnt themselves out before with the previous games, and now they wanted the casual game, but they found that they were burning themselves out again. A very good morning, miss. Good to see you're awake. I'm gonna choose this voice because this guy feels a little bit more like an innkeeper, you know. I have to go. I'm trying to go. Oof. My goodness, you are not feeling well. I can't stay here. I need to leave. Oh, I see. How delightful. Say, Boro would very much like a cup of tea. Which is to say, this one's name is Boro. A pleasure to be making your acquaintance. And you are having a name as well? I'm gonna as a start, I'm going to play into her anxieties and into her fears, so she's not going to really introduce herself or be kind as it seems this Boro is. It is no matter. All are welcome here, even those devoid of identity. In fact, let me welcome you to Wanderstop. Wanderstop is the name of my tea shop, you see, right there in front of us. As long as I am making tea, would Miss Unknowable like some tea as well? No. An acceptable answer. Tea only for Boro, then. Wait. Did you carry me here from the forest? Indeed. It seems I'm still having the upper body strength of my youth. Boro was once fastidious about developing his triceps, if you can imagine. My sword. We have to go back and get my sword. Oh, not to worry. Boro already retrieved the sword. It was lying not too far from where I found you. So you can pick the sword up? Does it feel really heavy? No, I don't believe so. Just the normal sword weight. Is the sword supposed to be heavy? It was heavy just before I passed out. Of course not, it's just a sword. I can lift the sword. No, it was heavy. There's some weakness I can at least admit to. How interesting. Now it was simply... No, it was simply the way of a sword should be. May I be asking what brought you here to this forest? Nope. Nope, I'm not going to tell you nothing. Someone with no name and no backstory. I am spoiled for mysteries today. Now then, it is time for the tea Boro promised to himself. Very exciting. Something has occurred to me. You said you are not wanting to drink tea, but perhaps you'd wish to help me make tea? The making of tea is good for the soul and body, perhaps help you recover. I'm a fighter, not a tea maker. I'll be leaving here soon. Say nothing. Yeah, I'll say I'm a fighter, not a tea maker. Only fighting for Miss Unknowable. She does not sleep, breathe, or eat. Only fight. Yeah, basically. Well, I suggest that you at least do the breathing. Very important stuff. And although making tea is perhaps not as vital as breathing, I think you'd enjoy it. Think of yourself. You have collapsed from your journeys and are badly in need of rest. Unless you're poisoning me, is one of my conclusions here. You can run back into the woods. Yes, it's true. Or you can briefly relax here while keeping your hands occupied. What is there to lose by spending just a few minutes making tea? And then, of course, straight back to your exciting journeys in the forest. Nothing but a momentary diversion. What do you say? Do not feel like you have to answer right away. I'll be over there, inside the shop. If you wish to help me make tea, come speak with me, and I will be glad to show you how. It is entirely up to you. Please take your time and be well. So this is where it is interesting. Like I said, I played up to a certain point, and I tested some things out already. And I'm about to show you something that did not happen in Disney Dreamlight Valley, for example, which I've been playing a lot on this channel, of course. And that is, I have agency. I have some choices that I can make. So I can either go to the Wanderstop, or I can go to the forest he suggested before. So I am going to head towards the forest. I was trying to interact with this, but you can't interact with that. So the forest is this way. Hold shift to toggle, hold alt to run, to toggle running on and off. I do like running. My sword, by the way, because I also need my sword first, is lying over here. There's no interaction for me to pick it up, unfortunately. So I will leave it behind again and go find Master Winters. Because clearly I have to find Master Winters, right? Leave the clearing and return to the forest. Yes. Let's go. I'm back on the journey. That was a laugh. Make tea? No thanks. What a joke that guy is. Boro. Stupid name. I actually like his name. Remember, Alta, don't lose sight of why you're here. Find Master Winters, train with her. Not like Boro mentioned that you are tiring yourself out. She's the only option. She's the only option I have. I'll find her if I just work a little harder. I can do that. I can work harder. I've always just worked harder. And kerblam. No. The choice of illusion, or the illusion of choice. Unfortunately, I have to go make tea. Now, I haven't tried a second time to run away, but I don't think there's any point in running away a second time. It is very, very obvious that she is exhausted, and there is a point where they have to be like accepting. Welcome back, miss. Another exciting adventure in the forest, it seems. Ow. Please, be careful not to push yourself too hard. You've been in a great deal of stress. Just say nothing. Well then, I believe I'll be returning back to look after the shop. As always, you are welcome to join me in making tea, but it is your decision to be making. Wishing you the best, miss. And I actually think the game has a good message in it as well, a very good message, especially in these this day and age. It also, you can on purpose see they are prolonging some of these scenes. Like this one, you would usually just go directly to standing up, but they're prolonging her seated for a while. They're prolonging the choice to be made. They're prolonging the journey even to the Wanderstop There's some penguins. I am going to go pet the penguins because, of course, I am. These are called Plufflin. Pet. Pet. There we go. Pet again. Pet. Then drop. I can't wait to actually figure out how and why they become important. So at first I thought this was the entrance to it, but this is actually just like the window. This I think is the entrance to the shop, or at least one of the entrances to the shop. So I'm gonna head in here. I've got this massive tea making machine. Look at this thing. I mean, what is this thing anyway? It's crazy looking. Let's go talk to Boro. Ah, hello miss. You've decided to join me. No, I just wanted to tell you, no, I'll do this with you and only until I'm well enough to travel. Very good. I am understanding completely. Now then, we must be showing you the steps to make tea. If we are going to do this properly, we must harvest our own ingredients. No cutting corners at Wanderstop. Please, won't you come with me? I will show you the maintenance room to gather our tools. Hold space to highlight the current location of other characters and key items in the clearing. Ooh, I haven't been up here before. Can I check what's up here quickly before I go too far? Ooh, nice. Okay, just this is gonna become important later. And then you've got these little weird train tracks going through, a seating area, the back of the store. Welcome to the maintenance room. Here you will find all sorts of useful tools for running a tea shop. For instance, the tools that we must use to dry the tea leaves. Do you see the basket that is right here? Go ahead and pick it up. With the basket in hand, you can gather up tea leaves that have grown outside. Just scoop them right into the basket, no trimming required. Remember, you'll need an entirely full basket before tea drying process can begin. Once your basket is full, return here and place the leaves into one of these bowls. The leaves will begin naturally drying themselves, just like that. If you have used up all of the tea bushes that are in front of our shop, you can always find more out in the clearing. They regrow in plentiful numbers along the outer edge of the clearing. No need to worry about running out. All sounds good? Why don't you get some tea leaves drying? Then please come speak with me. Alright, so we've got our tea leaves full. I'm not gonna get another basket because we are only making for Boro. Excellent job. Please come see me to discuss the next steps. Will do. You've set the leaves out to dry, and it will be several minutes before the process is complete. Once they have fully dried, they will clump together into a tea ball, easy for storage and transportation. Yes, the tea ball really is the most convenient of nature's miracles. But miss, we can put the tea ball out of our minds for now. The next step is to do a bit of gardening. Perhaps you already saw the tools of the wall of tools behind you. Each of them can help us in some way. For right now, though, all we are needing is the watering can. It looks like a frog. Please, won't you take the watering can with you? Perhaps stash it in your pocket for easy use. Then, with your watering can stashed, come and meet me outside the garden. Alright, press Q to stash an item. This will move it into your pocket. Q can be used when an item is in your hand or when the item is on the ground in front of you. Alright, so to open a pocket, press 1, 2, 3, 4. To retrieve an item, scroll through the inventory list using your mouse or A and D. Alright, so let's go here, pick this up, go out again, I think, and then Q. There we go. Like I said, is because luckily I practiced a little. I do know what the controls are, but the first time you play, you will find that this game is a little bit unintuitive, just a slight bit. Welcome to the garden. Here is where Boro likes to do the planting of plants. As you can see, we are already having a blue fern here in the garden. But miss, we can grow this simple plant into a larger one, almost like magic. Please imagine a grid surrounding our blue fern. If you were to plant 2 additional simple plants on either side of it, forming a line, then the fern in the middle becomes a plant egg. It is the miracle of life. Here, I will give you a seed for more blue ferns, so you can try it yourself. Of course, you can be making these plants anywhere in the clearing that you'd like, not just the garden. Boro simply enjoys the feeling of making plants in the garden. So why don't you go ahead and make a line of blue seeds, and let me know when it's done. Okay. So we want to make a line like this, and like this. There we go. So we've got our blue fern. I finished making the plant egg. Fantastic. The next step is to be watering it. Remember the watering can you stashed earlier? Now is the time to be retrieving it. Please take the watering can to any of the spigots connected to water. We have several around. Fill the watering can with water, then pour it into your new egg. Once you've done this, please do come speak with me again. Alright, so I think we go there. Then we fill up the tool. So you'll see just behind my face there are tools that I'm hiding. No need to show them. They're easy enough to understand. I think I have to water them again, and then if I remove them, yes, I get seeds. And we can place the seeds in our inventory as well. Perfect. Ooh, I haven't actually seen this side here. Let me just double check here. Ooh, this is looking nice. Very nice. So there's going to be a lot of like hidden spaces around here that I'm sure will be explored throughout the game. Aha! You have successfully watered the plant egg. Once you water the egg, it will grow into a hybrid plant. The plant you have made is what I call a small hybrid. Try using your watering can on it again. It will grow even more seeds. In this way you can be using small hybrids to make as many new plants as you'd like. I already did that. I have more seeds now. So you did. It is very on brand for you to be rushing ahead to the next step. Very well then. Let us jump ahead to the next step in the gardening process. Oh my. How many steps are there? Ah, do not be alarmed, miss. We are down to the last several dozen steps in the process. What? Are you serious? No, this was a joke. Boro was joking. We really aren't too terribly far off. Please, I would beg your patience. I know this is being a lot, but I'm certain you will handle it admirably. Can you guess what we will be making after small hybrids? Yes. I could be sarcastic here and say foxtail agave, but I'm gonna assume that Alta is smart enough. That is correct. Just as small hybrids produce seeds, large hybrids will give us fruits. Remember how you use the line pattern to be making a small hybrid? Well, to make a large hybrid, we instead use the triangular pattern. You do not have to reuse any of the plants we planted to make the small hybrid. This is an entirely new shape. How does that sound? Simply use some of the blue seeds you produced to make this new triangular pattern. Once you've made the large hybrid, water it to receive fruit, just like you did to get the seeds. Go ahead, try it, and please tell me when you've picked a fresh fruit from the plant. Alright, so again, learning from the quick thing that I've done before. I'm not going from the fern itself. I'm going from here. And I'm going from the watering can, watering the large fern, watering it again, and I think it's only watering it once. And then pick up the carrots, or whatever it's called. It's some weird name. I made fruit. Wonderful, miss. You have excelled at gardening. Truly you have. The fruit you've made is called a chip, and we will be using it on our tea momentarily. I will tell you though, if you wish, there are many more hybrids to discover. We have a variety of large hybrids and small hybrids that can be made using these patterns. Here, I will be giving you a field guide that shows you more. Within the pages of this field guide, you will see prompts for how to make the other hybrids. You can also learn more about fruits each large hybrid produces. Understanding the attributes of these fruits will be quite useful when making tea. Yes? Okay, that's all for gardening. Do you feel accomplished? Just stare in silence. Ah, that's the sort of silent treatment that can only mean one thing. It's time to make tea. He's clearly misunderstanding her feelings. Come, let's go inside. I'll explain the tea machine to you. Okay, so yes, our field guide has quite a few, like pink, blue, small hybrids, magtails, blue primba, and a whole other like list of things we don't, I think, need it just yet, but it is good to know. We can, oh, he's going that way, okay. So we can head back inside as well. Let's actually check. I did see earlier there are some of these pink seeds here, so I'm going to take them now. And what else is on this side of... Ooh, there's a swing set. There's a bench. A lot of things that is sort of like relaxing. Ooh, what's this? Oh, more blue seeds. Okay, nice. Interesting. Okay. So let's go chat back with Boro. Here we are, back inside the shop. What a whirlwind adventure you and I have been on. You call that adventure? Why is this so complicated? I thought tea was simple. Goodness no. Tea making will crush the mind. It will. If this is all too much information, then perhaps we should take a small break. Just let our minds relax a bit. Oh, Boro could tell a joke. No, I just want to get it over with. Of course, I am understanding completely. You are quite pressed for time. Therefore, let us now discuss how to make tea. Behold, the tea machine. It is a machine and a half. I can guarantee that. Yes, the tea machine is a most vital part of preparing drinks. It is user-friendly. Miss, I do not... is it user-friendly? Miss, I do not even know. But for your convenience, I will add a few new pages to your field guide. So these instructions should help explain how the tea machine is to be used, I hope. They will also explain where to be using the tea ball and the chip fruit that we made earlier. How does that sound? Would you like to try using these instructions to make tea? Can't you just show me the steps? I'm not sure if I want to be constantly checking a book. Hehe. Of course, I am completely understanding. I will show you the steps to use the machine, but remember that they are all written down in your field guide as well. First, climb up this ladder to the rope at the top. The ladder can conveniently be used to access all parts of the tea machine. Once you're up here, pull down on the rope to pour as much water as you'd like. Give it a shot and I will move on to the next step when you're done. Alright, I'm also going to fetch that tea ball he was just talking about. Tea ball. Q. Oh, looks like we have two tea ball. Wonderful. And then we need to go up this ladder. Hold down water to pour. Next up is to heat the water. Simply climb down the ladder a bit to reach the bellows. Pump the bellows while keeping the heat at exactly the right temperature. Once the water is fully boiling, this step will be completed. This is quite a complicated process, but it's not like super difficult once you kind of just practice it. And like I said, you can check the field guide anyway. This was the most difficult thing I found, was like, ooh, how do I get this thing to stay in the middle? Because if I do this, that's not going to help. I do have to kind of do this is the Stardew Valley fishing trick. But Stardew Valley has a bit of a simpler technique. Aha! Now that is some steaming hot water. You are doing quite well so far, managing our complicated tea machine with ease. Tell me, are Boro's instructions helpful, or would you rather be figuring out the rest of the machine on your own? Just keep giving me the instructions. We're on the way. Of course, I am more than happy to. Next, you will rotate the ladder to the right until you reach the valve. Kick the valve and it will transfer our boiling water over to the infuser. Alright. And just like that, our water scurries over to the infuser. While the infuser is open, position yourself in front of it with an item in your hand. You can reach the infuser from the bridge, or, well, still on the latter, whichever you prefer. Then you toss any item into the infuser, any item at all. This is, of course, where you will be placing a tea ball and a chip into the mixture. Give it a shot. Alright, so we want to... What does matter? Whoop. Whoop. So we want ingredients, I think. Tea ball. Throw. Chip. Throw. There we go. Well done. The water will only be changing color once you have added your tea ball. Okay. Well, one more valve to kick, and then we will move on to our final step. Alright, let's go. Where was that? This valve here. The finished tea has been transferred to our final orb, the pyramid. The next step will be to get off the ladder, find an empty cup and place it on the grate below. Then pull the rope you see here in order to pour tea into the cup. And that's it. You'll be having yourself one shiny new cup of chip. Congratulations. You can even pour multiple cups of tea from the same batch, if you wish. Alright, so let's go. Chip. And then pull the lever. Whoop. Nope. That's not what I wanted. There we go. Oh. Done. This music's weird. Alright, let's give him the tea. Ah, is this the tea that you have made? Yep, here it is. Aha, splendid. Delicious. It is everything that Boro was hoping for. Won't you join me at my favorite bench? I think it would be the perfect place to enjoy this tea. Fine. That is the spirit. Now, this is as far as I've gotten when I tested out the game, so now we can at least see what else the game has to offer. Ah, delightful. Nothing quite like a cup of tea and a lovely view. Wouldn't you agree, Miss Unknowable? My name is Alta. Well, it is a pleasure to meet you, Miss Alta. Tell me, do you find the scenery as enchanting as I do? Is it a feast for your eyes? I'm just here until I'm well enough to leave. So you keep telling me, over and over and over. It's just that I have something very important to do and I can't waste any time. Will the important thing vanish if you spend 1/2 hour making tea? Yes. Yes, it will. I see. I did not know that the matter was of such importance. That must be quite stressful, yes? To be so constantly vigilant. I don't really think about it. Broody Alta. We've got an emo twin on our hands here. I must say, you and I have very different relationships with our careers. Running a tea shop, it is quite the relaxing endeavor, yet still very rewarding. To make a warm drink and put it in the hands of a customer. Yum! What a feeling. If ever you put your mission on hold, I am always looking for help here at the shop. Huh? Wait, put my mission on hold? Why exactly would I do that? Who knows? There are many reasons why a person could be choosing to stop or to change courses. And if that were to happen, you would be welcome to stay here and... What are you talking about? You think I'm someone who would give up on this? Well, people are often changing their goals in life. It is not an uncommon thing. For instance, you might decide your priorities have changed, or you are simply too tired, or... Wait. No, stop right there. You've known me for 10 minutes, and you're talking about how you think I'd quit? I have devoted every day of my life to this. Every single day, for years and years. You have no idea the sacrifices I've made, the pain I've endured. You can't begin to imagine it. Do you understand that fighting is the only single thing I've spent my life on? I can't give it up. I'm sorry, miss. I was not meaning to touch on such a nerve. It's not a nerve. It's me. You're talking about me. Having gone through similar things And experience it from Boro's side, this is kind of one of those things where you're just like, ah, I see, you're in that part of your life. If I don't find Master Winters, then I can never be the person I want to be, ever again. But you think I should just give it up? Live in mediocrity for the rest of my life? Just serve tea and not try to spend every single day thinking about how I had everything and let it slip away? Do you want me to fail? Would it feel good to see the big strong warrior have to fall and cry and beg for help? Miss, can I? What am I doing here? Why am I even having this conversation? Grab that sword. Why? Why can I not lift my own sword? It doesn't make sense. I need to get out of here. I need to get out of here right now. And there we go again. Into the woods we go. Master Winters, here we come. No. I can't give up on finding Master Winters. Never. Not until she trains me back into excellence. Back to being undefeated. I can't believe how tired I've been. I can't move. I don't have the energy.
Hey, Alta. Why are you here in this forest? Because of those fights. I lost and there was no good reason. I lost. It was so stupid. I was undefeated for over 3 years. Remember how bad it felt, Alta? How you wanted to die? That's why you're here, in this forest. Hold on to that feeling. Hold on to that anger.
Yes, this is the motivation I need. I need the fear and the anger. I need it to lose. I can use it to get better. Look at me, I'm back. How do you like this, Boro? You think I'd quit because it got hard? Maybe once I'm back to normal I'll find him just so I can show him how strong. So I'm like, this is the 3rd time she's dropped in this forest. This forest does not want to let her go. Yes, I understand she is exhausted and pushing herself to the limit, but it's also like Boro. Ah, there you are, coming around again. I must say, continuing to carry you here from the forest is reinvigorating Boro's triceps. How are you feeling? Any better? Miss? Something's wrong with me. What's going on? What's wrong with me? Miss, I'm not seeing anything wrong with you. I collapsed out there multiple times. That's not like me. I lost 2 fights for no reason. I don't know. I'm just certain something's wrong. And I collapsed out there multiple times. Ah, yes. What a surprise that the person pushing themselves to the brink of exhaustion would collapse. It is a mystery. I am completely baffled. Sarcasm, by the way. I've pushed myself to the brink of exhaustion every day for years, and this has never happened. Well, perhaps this is the result of pushing yourself to the brink of exhaustion every day for years. The days add up, miss. I'm not okay with it. No, let's go with say nothing. Let's have her actually start listening, possibly. Miss Alta, you are tired. Can you not see how tired you are? It is palpable. You radiate exhaustion. I am not a scientist doctor. I did not do the 14 years of scientist doctor school. Same here. Not that kind of doctor, remember? But it is obvious that what you need is some time to rest. To take your attention off this task of yours and just let the mind wander. That sounds unproductive. Extremely. Now you are understanding. Miss Alta being so productive is causing her great harm, it would seem. But if I can find Master Winters, any pain I put myself through now will be worth it. Miss, I cannot make you stay here. You are welcome to return to the forest. You can go out there and run to your heart's content. You can collapse again and again and again, if that's what you want. And then one of these times you will be collapsing for good. But here, in the tea shop, you could spend some time relaxing. Wait, will it fix you? No. But it may let you heal just a little bit. So here is what I am suggesting. Stay here and help me run the tea shop just for now. The work is simple here, but it's enjoyable. It's not hard. We have no goals to meet and no schedule to keep. We work on our own time. It might be a good way to take out your mind off things and just relax. Then, when you feel fully at 100% strength again, away you go. Simple, restful, and no obligations. What do you say? Let me think about it. Of course, there is no pressure to come or go. You may do as you please. How about this? I'll be here in the shop, tending to what is needed. If you would like to try out running the tea shop, just come speak with me. Take your time. There is no rush. Whew. So yes, like I say, is very, very interesting concept. She's starting to obviously realize, hey, I'm pushing myself probably really, really hard. It is better just to see what this is all about, or at least this is the way I'm arguing why I'm not going to be running back into the forest. I could run back into the forest, but I think at this point it is just a doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. So let's go and see what the tea maker suggests. Wow, he fell asleep. Good for you. Aha! So you're finally feeling up for helping me run the tea shop then? Briefly. Literally, as soon as I can pick up my sword again, I'm out of here. Of course! The very split second you are well enough. Besides, I owe you for carrying me out of the forest. I suppose this is good for my training. I have literally nothing else to do. I suppose this is good for my training. Carrying teacups is low intensity, but it could be good for dexterity development. Miss Alta is clearly taking Boro's advice about productivity to heart. So, what's first? What's first is that we must be better acquainting you with the shop. Please, come with me. What's this over here? Ooh, there's a camera, there's some seeds. Interesting. Welcome back to the maintenance room. Miss Alta, the last time we were here, I pointed you in the direction of our watering can. But I did not tell you much about the other tools. They are quite useful, yes? The broom is useful for sweeping any unsightly leaf piles that gather outside. And if you find any trinkets hidden in the leaves, you are welcome to keep them. Similarly, if you notice any weeds growing outside, perhaps you'll use clippers. Dreamlight Valley flashbacks. Personally, Boro finds it quite relaxing to do a bit of weeding. Am I weird for thinking this? Perhaps. This is all quite a lot of information, yes? Here I will add some notes to your field guide. That way it is all conveniently written down. I hope you will be taking good care of your shop tools. Boro is quite fond of them. Also, did you see that the train's moving on the rail? This is our dishwasher. When a cup is dirty, you can be placing it here on one of the dishwashing train cars. Then the cup will be dropped off here in the maintenance room, thoroughly cleaned. It is the traditional rain, train, and waterfall dishwashing system, as in olden times. What olden times? Is everything making sense so far? Yep, of course. Very good. I am glad to hear. While we are here in the maintenance room, let us get you some attire. If you are to run a shop, then you must look the part. How else will our customers know to come to you for tea? People will just walk up to me and ask me for tea. I want customers to feel intimidated. That's actually a cool one. With the right apron, they will. Here, let us see if this apron looks the part on you. Oh, a nice pink floral one. And she has to put up her mask. Wow, with this apron, you look like someone full of excitement to run a tea shop. Try look angrier. This is in any way true and you know it. Yeah, no. Try to look angrier. Other than looking extremely angry, you look extremely excited to be here. Okay, there's one more thing we must do before opening the shop. This way. Ooh, okay, so we are going to open the shop soon. Nice. I'm not going to grab those tools just yet. I don't think I need them immediately. But it is good to remember to grab them. Is he going to take my sword away? Don't take my sword away. That's a good reminder of what I'm here for. It is your lovely sword. Very beautiful specimen. The sword is still too heavy to lift, yes? If it weren't, I wouldn't be here. Yep, still too heavy to lift. Yep, still heavy. Wonderful. Loves how he just picks it up. Please, come with me. He's like, yeah, I got the triceps. Look at me. Yeah. This game I can actually expect to be moving a lot slower. I'm not going to try and rush this game either. That's why I'm also going with the complete dialogue instead of skipping much of the dialogue. I do want to experience the story as is. Ooh, okay. I see where we're putting it. Nice view. It really doesn't feel heavy to you? Not even a small amount. For now, let us leave the sword right here. I have a vision of several things being placed there over time. Perfect. It is quite lovely here, don't you think? Boro, you don't know how important the sword is to me. Can I be asking where the sword came from? Yeah, sure. When I first began taking fighting seriously, I decided I would smith my own sword. It seemed like a good idea. I threw myself into it, learning everything there was to know about blacksmithing. But soon I realized I could easily spend my entire life just learning to make swords. It was so complex. If I wanted to become great, I had to pick up only one thing and commit to it, and leave everything else behind. So I picked only one thing, being a fighter. After that I commissioned a great blacksmith, someone equally devoted to their craft, to make the sword for me. I was obsessive. I demanded 1,000,000 alterations. We didn't stop until the sword was perfect. A sword that would let me pursue this one focus and leave everything else behind. I'm not a blacksmith, I'm not a tea maker, I'm a fighter. That's all I intend to be. This sword is part of me. I feel sick not being able to hold it anymore. I'm going to find a way to carry it, I promise. Yes, I can see that you will borrow it. I see that you will. Boro is most confident in you. Oh, my my eyes are starting to water because I'm sick. Alright, I believe it's time for us to open the shop. Are you having other questions before we start? I'll figure it out as I go. Perfect. You're already having the entrepreneurial spirit. Customers may very well arrive soon, in case you wish to prepare any tea ingredients for them. Oh, and if you're needing a refresher on how to make plants, try going to our library upstairs. Don't think I need. There is a book in there on gardening, written by Boro's very good friend Sylvia. You may find it useful. I am quite certain Sylvia has phrased it better than I could have. With that, let us begin the exciting tea management adventure. It is beginning. Here we go. Are we doing it? Yes, we are doing it right now. It is happening as we speak. Okay, great for us. Good for us indeed. Alright, excellent. So, with that, I'm going to find a nice spot to relax. Watch the sunrise. Just watch my sword. And we will continue this episode in the next time. I am going to make another episode of this. I actually do enjoy the game very, very much. We are going to save and quit. That's this way around. And I'm going to say thank you very, very much for watching, guys. Let me know what you think of this game. I think it is quite a different game. It does have all of the elements of a casual game, but it has certain other aspects that are making the story interesting. Not as replayable as you might think, so I'm hoping that there are some replayable factors in there, but I like it very, very much. Thank you guys for watching. Leave a comment and like. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys next time.